Hello everyone, I'm Saras Chandra from Loyola Academy, Assistant Professor in Commerce. Today, I'm here to take you through the contents of branch accounting. So let us look into the introduction of branch accounting, types of branches, and then what are the different methods of keeping accounts in branches. So now a trading company which is trying to expand its business by opening various branches at different locations is called as a branch accounting. Now coming to this branch accounting, the main objective of keeping the branch accounts is acceptable to all types of businesses. Firstly, the branches are preparing their accounts, and also the head office is taking care of all the accounts to find out or to know the profit or loss of each branch separately, to ascertain the financial position of each branch on a particular date, and also to know the cash and goods requirements of various branches, and to evaluate the progress and performance of each branch. The branch accounts are being prepared. Now, coming to the types of branches, the branches are basically divided into two types: home branches and foreign branches. Coming to the home branches, they are again divided into two types: dependent branches and independent branches. Now, let us look into in detail about these dependent branches and independent branches. So, home branch. Home branch is a branch that is open in the same country where its head office is registered. So home branches are of two types: dependent branches and independent branches. In a dependent branch, the branch does not maintain a complete record of its transactions. It depends on its head office for maintaining the accounts of all the transactions that take place in its branch. So such type of branches are called as dependent branches. Coming to independent branches are those branches which maintain a complete record of all its transactions. They do not depend on the head office for maintaining its accounts. Now, coming to the types of branches, there is a branch where a branch sells goods only for cash. The second one is the branch is selling goods for both cash as well as credit. Then sometimes what happens is the goods are invoiced, means the goods are sent to the branch at a invoice price, which means higher than the cost price. Next one is branch maintaining an independent account without depending upon the head office. Now let us look into some of the important terms that we come across in this branch accounting. Inter-branch transactions. When a branch sends goods or cash to another branch where there is a mutual understanding between the branches and there is transfer of goods from one branch to another branch, we call it as inter-branch transactions. Next one, we have another important term, that is accounting treatment. The best way to deal with inter-branch transactions is to record these transactions by the concerned branches through the head office. Now, goods in transit. Goods, when the goods are being sent by the head office, but they are not received by the branch, till the date of closing the books of accounts, those goods are called as goods in transit. Now, cash in transit. It is very common that the head office and the branch send cash to each other at regular intervals, which we call it as cash in transit. Now, coming to the methods of keeping accounts of dependent branches, we usually follow two important methods. The first one is a debtors system, and the second one we do is a stock and debtors system. But let us know about even the final account system as well. Now, coming to the debtors system. Now, data system is generally adopted in those branches which are fairly small in size. Under this system, what head office does is it opens a separate account for each branch to record all the transactions that take place in that particular branch. This account usually is a nominal account in nature, and it is prepared to calculate or to find out profit and loss of each branch. All the goods will be supplied by the head office to the branch, either at a cost price or at an invoice price, which is called as cost plus profit. Now, coming to the final account system, under this system, the branch accounts are being prepared to find out the profit or loss made by the branch, and they are going to prepare the branch trading and profit and loss account. The next method that we have is stock and debtors system. In this stock and debtors system, there is an analytical method to prepare this particular accounts. Now, it is called as an elaborate method of keeping branch accounts and is considered very useful where the branch turnover is very large and huge. According to this system, a separate ledger for each branch will have to be maintained at the head office for keeping the accounts. And they usually prepare the accounts like branch stock account, branch debtors account, goods sent to branch account, branch expenses account, branch petty cash account, and they prepare the branch P&L account to find out the profit or loss.